so now we have our hand fight setup of steering, passing by. So now we're gonna get into a few different progressions on shots off of it. So I like to teach my offense based on a progression because a lot of times when I show things, guys will say, well, what if this gets defended? What do I do next? So I like to teach things in progressions so that when one doesn't work, when A doesn't work, you go to B. When B doesn't work, you go to C. C doesn't work, you go back to A. And you can always interchange these within your offense depending on what you feel comfortable with and what resonates with you. So again, we're gonna still use our same hand fight, making contact the same way, inside tie, lunge step. All right, now I'm gonna pull them by with my pass by. I create this angle and I'm keeping my hand on this tricep, guys. If I release this tricep, my partner's just gonna circle back in front of me. So I need to make sure that when I do pass it by, again, I'm doing this corkscrew circle that allows me to get this angle directly into his hips. So I still have my hand passing this by. My lead leg, my right leg is my penetration step. It's right in the center of his body, okay? My shooting hand is locked and loaded, elbow at my side, ready to attack. From here, I'm gonna shoot past this arm to my high crotch, my penetration step, trail leg comes up immediately. All right, I'm gonna start windshield wiping, turning the corner so I can wrap, step up, and drive across. When I drive across, guys, I'm driving diagonally through his hips. A lot of times we're taught to just do a lazy shuffle step, but when I like to drive through a guy, I like to drive them directly through their hips so that I can finish either into a transition to back points and a turn, but also it prevents a guy from doing more defense. When we run through a guy's hips and blow through them, a lot less funk can happen, dive-throughs, roll-throughs. We're seeing guys get a lot more athletic nowadays and their defense is getting craftier. So the importance of finishing hard and strong, it's huge, all right? So again, from our initial tie, lunge step, turning him. See how close I am to that, guys? I'm really following up with that corkscrew circle in my footwork. I almost don't even need to hit my knees, I'm so close. I'm in such good position. I can just get into that shot, all right? This is because I'm over-exaggerating the way I'm turning his body and the way that I'm corkscrew and facing, opening up my hips, my core, my chest, and my shoulders towards his hips. So I move in, lunge step. Remember, guys, I need to get pressure back into me. So now, I'm gonna pass him all the way by into my position to take this high crotch, immediately looking to finish, to windshield wipe that back leg, outside hand and trail leg come up, go deep, grab at either his knee or right above it, and run through all the way down to the mat.
Joey, talk a little bit more about you're here on my leg. I feel like, I mean, even here, I feel my body. And some of the earlier videos, we talk about putting our hands in the mat. I feel like my hands are automatically going there, and you haven't even changed off yet. Talk about what you're doing.
Yeah, guys, so the importance of our position when we're in on a shot, it should be the same no matter what shot we're on, whether I'm on a single leg here or I'm on a high crotch here. All right, my coaches have always told me, head up, back straight, hips in, all right? And that's the exact position I'm in when I do take this high crotch. I take this shot. Also, one thing that I'm doing is I'm immediately turning this corner with my trail leg. And if you can see my foot, my shooting leg, I'm really windshield wiping and moving my ankle out of the way. We see a lot of guys looking for that ankle to dive and funk roll. So one thing that I'm thinking about on the offensive side, especially when finishing, is to take that option out of the way before he can even get there. Also, this outside hand, when that trail leg does come up and I am windshield wiping, this outside hand is feeding deep. And when I step up, I'm in really good position to run my feet through. All right. I like to finish in a Turk, but when you're drilling these things, guys, always drill to a finish. One of my pet peeves actually is when guys just take a shot and let it go. Or if they finish and never follow up on top. Because in a match, you need to secure those points every single time. You can't have lazy efforts that are built into lazy habits built into the practice room of not completely finishing those shots. So once more, low hand fight to move up. Now guys, I'm getting both my hands and feet moving to create pressure back into me. Once I feel that pressure, I'm using my hands as the steering wheel. My collar hand is really putting pressure on his head to push it through. And I'm creating this angle to step, shoot. And there it was, guys. That trail leg comes up immediately. Windshield wipe, outside hand goes deep. Driving all the way through for my takedown. Once more, a little bit faster. Low hand fight. One thing that I did on that one, guys, and that's something that I practice on my own, and we can all practice it, again, in our own stance and motion. Coach Perry asked me how I get in that such good position. If I'm drilling on my own, I'm putting myself here. It looks a little awkward, feels a little unrealistic, but when I put myself here, okay, I'm building muscle memory around what's gonna happen when I get in on this leg. And when I do get in on this leg, my hips are so close, I'm creating this angle so much that I'm already beating this guy. He's already at a disadvantage in defending because his head and shoulders are leaning forward and he's already out of position.